Hello and welcome back to the Cricket Nerds podcast. It is me, James, and I'm joined by Benji. And today we're going to be discussing another double header. So it started off with Lucknow versus Delhi Capitals in what was actually a really good game. And then Chennai versus Sunrisers, which was another absolutely cracking game. So should be views on this one. Which is what we want to see. Before we jump into it, we are so close to hitting 300 subscribers. So
we are.
Just make sure you hit that subscribe because we put out the goods. We deliver. So it helps us out and leave a like. So first things first, we'll get into Lucknow Supergiants match. And Lucknow batted first. So, Benji, do you want to talk us through that innings of KL Rahul, but also the rest of them?
I will do. I'll tell you the whole innings. Another team has elected to bat first. Oh my, that is new. That's only happened twice the whole of this IPL.
3 times.
3 times, fine, that's fine. But look now, put themselves in. And realistically, it was the KL Rahul show. He hit another pretty decent knock, 77 off 51. And I think ably supported by Quinton de Kock and Deepak Hooda as well. I think both of them helped out that score. KL couldn't quite bat through the whole innings, but he tried his best.
He did what he needed to do, didn't he?
Exactly, yeah. And then Stoinis and Krunal came out and tried to finish off the innings in the way that he'd been doing it. But Stoinis, again, is just not quite looking in form. He's not quite looking as good as he has been in the past.
I think he's still angry about that umpire not giving the wide.
Maybe.
He still is in a rage stopping it.
I think he's not got over it yet. And then, with Krunal also playing a decent knock at the end, hitting 9 off 6. So I think that was a pretty decent batting effort from the Lucknow Supergiants. In terms of Delhi bowling, Akshar Patel is probably the only star of the show. I think he bowled the tightest. I mean, Sardal did manage to get the 3 wickets, but he didn't look particularly comfortable when he was bowling, I think, and he got slapped around a bit at the end as well.
I was quite happy to see Chetan Sakaria get a go, even though he didn't bowl that well. He went at 11s and over, which is a bit awful. But it's just because he was so good for Rajasthan last year. I thought he'd get a pretty good go this IPL. But then when he was bought by Delhi, who had the bowling depth they have, it looks questionable whether he'd get a chance at all. But it was nice to see him play. I'm disappointed that he didn't bowl better though.
What I did enjoy from Delhi, we talk about the Delhi bowling depth, is that they bowled 5 different bowlers in the power play. It was
That's
the
impressive.
5th bowler by the 5th over. So they're just giving everyone one over at the start just to see what everyone's about. And then, we'll take it from here, lads.
Yeah.
Lalit Yadav bowled his only over of the whole innings over number 4 and got smashed for 16. It's just quite...
It maybe says something about Rishabh Pant's captaincy style. I'm still not sure about Rishabh Pant as a captain because if you see him as a batsman, he kind of bats like a man with ADHD. He can't quite concentrate on one thing. So he has to do wacky stuff to keep himself entertained. He kind of captains that way as well, as we've seen by 5 different bowlers in 6 overs.
He sort of, every time he goes to bat, he plays 4 shots and then finally tells him the shot he wants to play. I think he does the same thing with his bowlers. Plays all of his bowlers and finally decides the one that he wants to go with. But no, I quite like Rishabh as a captain. I think he's got a good head in him actually, and I think he's, especially for a young age, I think he's shown promise. But all that being said, LSG managed to rack up 195 for 3, which at Wangahidi I think is a very, very good score. That's probably 15 runs above par. So for me, I think Delhi did a very good job in chasing that down as far as they got. I mean, Delhi's innings didn't start off fantastically with Prithvi Shaw and David Warner both falling within the first sort of 2-3 overs.
David Warner's wicket was really soft as well.
Yeah.
Props to Mohsin Khan because he actually bowled really well.
He did.
I wasn't convinced by him in the game against, I think it was Punjab. I thought he got given wickets because they were very soft dismissals. And the Warner one was really soft. But overall, he actually bowled really tight.
He bowled well. I think I want to talk about Mohsin Khan in a bit, but because I think, he performed really well. But I think what I want you to talk about is what did you think about that knock between Mitch Marsh and Rishabh Pant sort of get the innings on?
Tell you what, it was good to see Mitch Marsh bat like Mitch Marsh again, because he hasn't looked good. He's looked decidedly awful, and it was after he's had like a brilliant sort of 2021 with the bat as well. Like coming in at 3, he found his feet, and then he didn't look good at the start, but he's hit his stride now. And it was a dangerous looking partnership. Like they're both very creative batsmen. And Rishabh Pant, 44 off 30, even though that is a very good knock, it's strike rate of 146. By no means he's not a slouch at all. I still think he's burdened by captaincy. We haven't seen truly explosive Pant for a couple of seasons now. And I think that coincides with him getting the captaincy, personally. I know I'm going to try not to harp on too much about it. But other people that have hit form, Rovman Powell, it's good to see him again playing well with the bat, because they wanted him as this finisher, and he was in amazing form. And then he didn't look good at all start of the season, but again he's hit his stride. And Akshar Patel, when he wants to, he is the MVP, isn't he? Like when he wants to be, he can just do it all. And otherwise, he's like a bit of a waste of space. He's one of those like weird players like that. And then, my boy Kuldeep Yadav. I said it at the start of the season. I mean, I was more talking about him bowling, and he has bowled well in general, but it's 16 off 8. Good lad. Yeah. But it was all in a failing cause, and I think that was really down to the bowlers. So, what do you think about the bowling, particularly Mohsin Khan? Actually,
I think this is really the bit that I want to pick up, because I think that the difference today between the two teams was Mohsin Khan. I think that while Akshar Patel bowled quite tight, he only went for 6.25 and over. Mohsin Khan, 4 overs, 4 for 16. That is an incredibly good spell. They just couldn't hit him, and he was just bowling. He just bowled really well the whole game, and to pick up those 4, and it's no slouches. It's Warner, Pant, in form Rovman Powell, and Sol Tucker, who we've seen isn't a slouch with the bat either. So it's 4 decent batsmen that he's managed to pick up, and I think he was really, on the day, the difference between the two teams. I mean, Krunal Pandya, bless him, did his absolute best to lose them the game, as did Marcus Stoinis, as did Krishnappa Gautam. They really tried to get hit to all areas, but no, it was Mohsin Khan, and for me, he's my hero, because I think he really, he was that little. He was the game winner today. I think he was the one that was that difference, because we were always going to see a good KL Rahul knock. I think like all the way through the tournament, KL Rahul is going to bat well, isn't he? We know that already, but it's that difference between the bowling on the day, which I think is where it comes down to. Whether my prediction about Lucknow finishing 5th will come true, who can say? I'm kind of hoping it does happen, because I want to have that smugness at the end of the season. But yeah,
we'll see. So you've got your hero. My hero is also Mohsin Khan, and I reckon we might have the same villain. Because mine is going to be David Warner, because he threw his wicket away, and he's not a friend of this channel. It was a really soft dismissal, and when they were chasing such a high total, having someone like Warner at the top to be able to, knock his standard sort of 40 off 25 balls would have been ideal, but he wasn't there. He threw his wicket away. So that was kind of the end for Delhi. What about you?
I'd really love to give it to David Warner, because every time I have the chance, I will. But I think for me, it's actually a mixture of Jason Holder and Marcus Stoinis. I think both of those all-rounders, they are the exclusive overseas big ticket players that Lucknow have bought. And today, just neither of them really could perform. Jason Holder didn't look great with the ball and didn't bat, but that was because of that was probably because Marcus Stoinis held it up a little bit too much with the bat. I mean, in the end of the day, Moshin Khan's bowling was able to get it back and make it so that it wasn't noticed that much. But yeah, it's those two for me.
Yeah. So let's move on. So the next one, Chennai versus Sunrisers. And the story of this was Jadeja got daddied by Dhoni. He's stolen the captaincy back. He said, "Listen, son, you're not quite there yet. I thought you could hack it. You can't. You're not good enough. You're not on my level." And yeah, Jadeja just showed him how it was done. So he had a bit of a change up of the squad. He kicked out Shivam Dubey, kicked out Dwayne Bravo, got a couple of sort of extra bowling options in there, and also Devon Conway. And wow, what a start they had. So I'll let you talk about the Chennai innings, because there was some good players there.
Yeah. I mean, first off, I was pleased to see Devon Conway back in that side. I think Devon Conway is a really good player, and I think we did miss him for the games that he's not played. I think it was a bit harsh to get dropped so early on. It was interesting. I read an article just now about Dhoni giving an interview about Jadeja's captaincy, and he was sort of saying, "Look, I'm going to oversee your decisions for like 2 games, but after that, you've got to make the calls." And we can see that Dhoni is really come and gone a whole different direction, like a whole different team setup. The thing I was most surprised about was DJ Bravo being dropped, because he was like the self-professed leader of the pace attack. And where is he today? It's Mukesh Chowdhury doing that job. But I mean, all the runs for Chennai were scored by Ruturaj Gaikwad and Devon Conway. I was absolutely gutted for Gaikwad today. Like, if anyone has deserved 100, it's been Ruturaj Gaikwad's 99 and Shivam Dubey's 98. Like, bless these boys. Like, they've managed to not get 100 twice, and I think both of them have thoroughly deserved it. Devon Conway, I think he actually batted really nicely as well. While Gaikwad was sort of hitting off, Conway was able to anchor that innings and just bat for the whole 20 overs, which was really important. And then I really enjoyed Dhoni putting himself in at number 3. Like, right, boys, I'm coming in now.
Dad's coming.
Look, it's the 70. It's the 18th over. I'm going to come in and swing the bat for 2 overs, and I'm going to get us up to a big score. I mean, he didn't, but it would have been nice to see how that would have gone.
And then talk about the Sunrisers bowlers.
Yeah.
They had an absolute stinker. We saw Umran Malik revert to type. We saw Aidan Markram get bowled, I think 2 overs too many, to be completely honest. And it was not good all round, really.
Well, Markram should have been bowling. Do you want to know what happened there?
Yeah, I would love to.
So Washington Sundar got injured, and he wasn't able to bowl. So he was actually in as a batter today in that side.
Thing is, what I don't understand, right, is you've got Aidan Markram, who bowls a bit of off spin, but he's not amazing. Like, he's a competent spinner, but he's not amazing. You've got Abhishek Sharma there, who is an all-rounder officially, and he bowls domestically, left arm slow, and he's actually pretty good. So I don't understand why he doesn't get given a go at all. and Aidan Markram gets 3 overs? It's a question I've got, especially because
Yeah.
Abhishek Sharma's in my fantasy team.
I think Aidan Markram had bowled well in the World Cup, and he's not really had a chance to bowl yet for Sunrisers. I don't think he should have a chance to bowl, given his performance today. And yeah, I would just say that Abhishek Sharma could have really been the difference there today. But yeah, it was a shame really, because I think the difference in the Chennai versus Sunrisers game was the fact that Chennai had 3 quality spinners in their side, and Sunrisers had none. Like that to me was what the difference came down to today, was being able to Chennai bowled 10 overs of spin, and they really just killed that run rate, managed to pick up, some crucial wickets. And I think that really was the difference to today. I mean, if we talk about the Sunrisers innings, Chennai did their best to lose the game.
They did. They fielded
their fielding
horribly.
Was poor.
Smelly fielding.
Talk about that for a second.
Absolute smelly fielding.
Yeah, do you want to speak about that for a second? And the Sunrisers innings?
Well, yeah. I mean, I can't remember who dropped all the catches. I know Mukesh dropped an absolute dolly. I think Santner dropped a dolly. And yeah, I think, was it Abhishek Sharma that got away with quite a few? I know Nick Boren got away with, he got 64 off 33. And it was a bit criminal that he got that many, because he was out about 4 times if Chennai knew how to actually get him out, knew how to catch.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought Kane Williamson looked the best he has all season, especially at the start. He was actually batting with some impetus at the start. Abhishek Sharma did exactly what he needs to at the top. A strong 39 off 24. Should have been fewer, but Chennai can't field. They're old boys. You can't blame them.
They're not actually. They're not old boys. That's the thing. They're not old boys.
They're half old boys, half youngsters, aren't they?
Like in the 18th over, Puran was dropped by Thashankar at deep square leg, and he had his eyes closed. Like he wasn't even have his. If there's a picture of Thashankar, with his eyes closed like this, I'm like, what are you doing?
It's a bit village.
And then, in the very 2 balls later, Pretoria, Santner drops him at long on, long off. So it was really poor.
Yeah. But talking about the bowling, Mukesh Chowdhury was probably the highlight, as well as some tight bowling from your spinners. So yeah, Theekshana and Jadeja, they were just very tight. Sunrisers couldn't really get them away, and that was really what stemmed the flow, because they were only a few runs short. And if it hadn't been for those 7 overs between Jadeja and Theekshana, I think Sunrisers could have definitely won, to be completely honest. But Mukesh Chowdhury, he took the right wickets at the right times. So what did you think of his performance?
I was really pleased with Chowdhury. And it was very important that he took those wickets in that 6th over, because only a couple of overs before, he dropped an absolute sitter off Santner. So in the 3rd over, Santner bowls, Abhishek lobbers one up. It was the simplest of catches, and it goes down. I can't say anything. I dropped 2 catches on Saturday. We don't talk about that.
No, never.
But as a professional cricketer, you're expected to take that, I suppose. And
Chowdhury's dropped a few as well this season. It hasn't been today. He can't catch.
Yeah. Well, he took 1 catch in 1 game. He can, but I think it's the pressure. He took 1 catch at deep square leg that was an important one, but he managed to pull it back with the fact that he took the wickets in consecutive balls of Abhishek Sharma and Rahul Tripathi, both of whom are probably the most dangerous batters on that Sunrisers side.
Especially Tripathi, actually.
Exactly, yeah. The fact that he got him first ball was so important, because if that hadn't have happened, it's a real chance that they could have gone and taken that game away. What I really appreciated about Dhoni's captaincy, though, was Chowdhury was on a hat-trick. And then Dhoni takes him off for
Oh,
about 4, 5, 6 overs and doesn't bring it back on until the very end. And
yeah,
I'm
that
like,
was
Dhoni's
harsh.
just Dhoni was just swinging it around today. And was
Dhoni
just
does what
like,
he wants. He's dad.
exactly. He was
So-
like, right, you go off. You could be on a hat-trick ball. You're not going to come back on until the 18th over. You can come back on a hat-trick. And then he gets hit for 4. But
Yeah.
it was quite funny. But yeah, no, Chowdhury, I think, was the difference there. Through the middle, I think that Tashanka and Santner and Jadeja bowled really well. I think the 3 spinners really pulled their weight today. I did feel a bit sorry for Simranjeet Singh, because I think he actually bowled really well. He went for 24 runs at an economy of 12, but I think he actually went quite well, because at least 12 of those runs came as edges through the slips. Like Abhishek Sharma was just swinging the bat and it went through slip and gully a few times. I'm like, on another day that goes straight into the hands of the man at gully. So I think it's a bit harsh for him there. But I hope it doesn't knock his confidence that much. And actually, to see another Indian seamer who looked pretty good and actually was bowling like in the low 140s too, like he was bowling pretty decent wheels too. It's nice to see. So I was pleased with the win, but
Finally.
I think it was through the skin of their teeth. I think they really tried to lose that game. Who are your heroes and villains, James?
My hero is Theekshana. I think he's been brilliant. He's been a brilliant find for CSK, and those 4 overs he bowled at so tight, they stemmed the flow. And my villain today is I think it's going to have to be Aidan Markram. I think he just bowled too many overs, too expensively. Just wasn't good enough. What about you?
My hero is going to be Mukesh Chowdhury and Ruturaj Gaikwad and Devon Conway. All the players
that did well, yeah.
But my villain is also Mukesh Chowdhury for trying to lose the game, but making up for it with his bowling. No, it's probably a bit of a soft hero and villain, but there we go. Jadeja for not being able to hack the captaincy. There you go. Maybe do that.
Yeah. So if you've watched this far, please use the hashtag in the comments, Daddy Dhoni. That is the hashtag. So if you use that, then we know that you've watched this far into the video. Don't forget to subscribe. We are so close to 300. And like as well. Follow our social medias. We are at Cricket Nerds Pod. And don't forget that if you comment, you can be in comment of the day. And Benji, what was today's comment of the day? Do you know?
You picked it out.
Oh, okay.
I've not got it up anymore.
I'll get it up. It was, it's the Russian bloke again, so he still can't pronounce his name. But he said, Mumbai Indians is back. How good would it be if Mumbai Indians qualify for playoffs? We want that. Like, as much as, it's a bit old seeing Mumbai now. We were kind of over it. But to come from where they are, if they managed to qualify, that would be really cool. And it would spice it up, wouldn't it?
I'm really sorry to burst everyone's bubble, but it's absolutely not mathematically possible. Just saying.
Yeah.
There's absolutely, there is actual 0 chance that Mumbai can qualify.
Yeah, but
if
what
you can
if,
figure out,
Benji?
If you can figure out a way, leave it in the comments, because as far as I can see, they've not got enough matches left to get enough points. So it's not going to happen for my money. Tomorrow, what's tomorrow, James?
Tomorrow, I wish you hadn't asked me that because I don't have it ready. It is Kolkata Knight Riders versus Rajasthan Royals. So it's quite a big match, that actually.
Yeah.
Royals, if they lose, it spices out that middle table a little bit more, which is what we like to see because we like a competitive IPL. So what's your prediction for that? I reckon Royals are going to pull it out the bag. What about you?
Yeah, I can't see Royals losing either. I mean, the fact they lost to Mumbai this day, I think, was just a little bit embarrassing. But I think they're going to have a fire lit under them today. tomorrow, and they're going to come out trying to win. I mean, KKR can beat anyone on their day. They've got such a good side that they can do that. But I just think my prediction is Josh Butler 80, and then just about tight enough bowling to get them over the end.
Yeah. So there we go. We look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. This has been a very long podcast, so maybe it'll be a bit shorter tomorrow, but when it's just me and Benji, we tend to waffle for quite a while. So yeah, we will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.